G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 18 of our dual-wielding pistol Purifier playthrough, where we're back in normal because I want to do some shopping, and I was going to do this in between episodes, and then I realized I actually don't have any bits. I spent way too many crafting a Transcendent and then 2 mythical relics. Between these 2 relics is probably a little bit over 1,000,000 bits, and yeah, they're gone. So I can't just buy the things I wanted to and then tell you about it afterwards. So I'm going to show you the things I was looking at buying, and I'm going to show you them in the shop because, like I said, I'm poor and I can't afford to buy them. So here in the Malmoth shop, the Malmoth Resistance shop, I'm looking at the Malmoth Void set, which is going to be this one. I'm not going to buy this one because even though my chest is 15 levels old, I guess, the armor is actually better than this one, and it comes with physical resistance. The resistances on the Mammoth Void Cuirass are better, and having fire damage is better than not having fire damage. But I really like 5% physical resist, so I'm going to leave that one alone. And then these ones here, the Mammoth Void Pauldrons, again, are very, very nice. And these ones actually do have a decent armor upgrade. However, I have got these just kind of sitting there, which I'm probably going to use as soon as I can find a way of getting enough Aether resistance to afford to take that off. Which may end up coming from... I mean, it probably should end up coming from removing the Wardstones. But then, just for fun, we don't have enough elemental resistance, so I can't really do it. So, Mammoth Void Pauldrons, Mammoth Void Cuirass, and I think there's a helmet. Flame Water. Yeah, I think that's the helmet. The other ones I was looking at are over here in the Coven. You can see I have a portal there from earlier. I've already had a bit of a look. Where are we? Here we go. So, in the Coven, we have the Arcane set. So we're looking at the Coven Arcane Hood, which again actually has fire damage on it in addition to other stuff that is nice. However, if you look at the helmet I'm wearing, I'm really going to struggle to take that helmet off. What's that? 59, 60, 75, 109, 100 and, what's 100 and 122% good resistances. That's a lot of resistances on a level 55 helmet. I'm really going to struggle to replace that. So I'm kind of hoping I can find a better one of these coming up in early Act 2. I'm not going to hold my breath for it, but I'm kind of hoping. And then we have the Coven Arcane Spolders. This has flat fire damage and +2 to Fire Strike and +2 to Chilling Rounds. These would actually be really nice to use. And they come with Aether resistance. So maybe. The reason I haven't bought these yet is if you look at the price tag, and then you look at my bits, this is half of my bits, and if there's anything else I want to buy, potentially, the anything else I want to buy may be better. However, +2 to Fire Strike and +2 to Chilling Rounds is pretty good. What else do I have on my list of level 65 stuff? Oh, there's the +1 to Inquisitor Belt, which is going to be Lethal Girdle. Where are you? You should be here somewhere. That's going to be an Honored, isn't it? That's Vile, so it'll be this one. Coven Lethal Girdle. This is level 90 to use it. I don't know why this is on here. I think I was looking at this one, actually. Or this one, rather. So this is 22,000 bits. I probably should buy this. Comes with Chaos and Vitality resistances as standard, and I can craft them. The reason I'm not going to buy this is I already have a belt with decent resistances on it, and I don't really want to just permanently broke, or permanently be broke, because I bought this and now I'm trying to craft a bunch of them, in addition to trying to craft a bunch of pistols. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that. The end result of all of this little shopping trip is that I'm actually not going to buy anything. But I did come back because I had to get the writ or the merit. What are they called? This thing, the writ. So I was honored with the coven, and I didn't have this, so I came back to buy this, and then I noticed my level and went, oh, a whole bunch of new faction gear just opened up. Let's go have a look. And so I did, and I discovered that actually, even though, so we have the arcane stuff, even though these would be really nice, they're not a huge upgrade over the Cortosian scrolls. They're not as good as this one, and they're like half of my bits. So I guess the end result of this is that I'm not buying anything, and we're just going to head back to Ultimate. And I guess we'll continue on with Act 2. I believe at the end of the last episode I did kill Krieg. We've got the quest for Shanks, so seems very, very likely. Okay, so let's just head out and shoot some fools. I have been playing other classes, so we're going to turn that one back off. And little skelly bros coming with us. Now, what am I on the lookout for here? I definitely want to get myself a new hat if I can, although I'm not going to see the, is it arsonists that drop it? I forget the exact name. There's no bosses in the game at all that drop the helmet that I want. So there's no way to target farm it. There isn't even a bounty boss that I can get the bounty for and go get it that way. They just don't exist. So that kind of sucks. These guys, arsonist. It is arsonist, yep. So we'll see a few of them here, and we'll see a lot more as we get closer to Crumley's hideout. Yep, that'll be fine. +1 to Demolitionist. It's one of the old max level sets, I think. Alright, we'll go rescue Stephen Skinner, although I'm completely just not interested at all in his ring. But we won't let him burn the house down for his family inside it. That would just be... well, it wouldn't be very nice, would it? So... I do want to shoot this guy, though. Before I do that... let's see about shooting these guys so they don't murder me to death. And how do I get back there? That's blocked. Ah, bugger it. That's fine. We'll skip him. There'll be plenty of other heroes to shoot. Alright, what happened? Yep, I'll track down your partner. And we need 3 more devotion points. So one of those is going to be in the cave just over here. So I'm going to go get that. I think we're getting close to having Olzon's torch. I think we'll need 1 more after this to get it though, which is kind of frustrating. I'm not gonna lie, I'd like to just have it. But it is what it is. And it's gonna be fine. Okay, the dreaded regenerators that can never die in the back there again. Oh, it's dead? Oh, I guess they're not overpowered after all. There we go, and we've got 1 more point here. So, I've already got that. Very good. Okay. Well, now the question is, where was I going to put my few extra points? Let me check the plan. So we're going to finish the ghoul, and then the torch, and then the plan stops and I still have 2 points. So I'll have to have a think about that. Maybe Rowan's Crown is not a bad idea. If I can... Actually, I've got 1 point and 2 more to come. I can take the Elemental Storm again. I think I'm going to do that. This is just good free damage. 51 to 77 elemental damage is quite nice. Granted, only a third of that is going to be fire damage, but it's still quite good. Spirit and DA is not bad, and Elemental Storm is a really nice proc. So I think I'm going to do that. The alternative is I could put 1 point in here. I think this is the alternative I was looking at yesterday. 1 point in Ghoul. Finishes this, but we don't need to finish this. and then I could put 1 point here for a ridiculous amount of fire damage, which I have to take that. At which point, do I even take this anymore? Hang on, what have I got? Let's just undo this for a second. I want to check, do I have something bound to every one of these? I do, and I also have something on this as well. Okay. So for me to get another proc would actually probably not be ideal. So what do we got? Fisher, Raise the Dead, and Meteor Shower. Yeah, and then this is on Fire Strike. Okay, so I do actually want Elemental Storm, which would give me 3 more points. So I could take the Fox again and Elemental Storm, but I would lose Raise the Dead. However, Elemental Storm actually has better resistance shredding than the skeletons do, and it's an AoE. 6% attack speed, cast speed, resist is fine, less damage from undead is fine. Alright, I think we continue with the plan, and I will mess with it later. But yeah, I'd like to get Elemental Storm back in just because it's another damage proc. It's specifically elemental damage, which we will be doing. We don't really do a huge amount of cold damage at the moment, but if we get, for example, the dagger on set, that's going to be half fire and half lightning, so it's probably worth doing. So it's something to think about at least. Alright, here's Isaiah Redden, and I'm going to side with him over his rapey buddy. Old buddy, I guess. Is definitely not friends anymore. Because I want the potions. And that's basically the reason you side with him, so it makes sense. Having potions that I can buy for 1,000 bits is way better than trying to craft them, realizing you don't have the recipe, and then, oh, I've got the recipe now, but this potion needs Blood of Chthon or whatever, and I don't have any of that. It's just easier to buy them whenever you go into Homestead. Okay, Evoker of Elgoloth. Well, whoever's in charge of loot drops really wants this to be a two-handed build. Keeps giving me two-handed guns. This one is pretty good. +2 to Inquisitor is really hard to say no to. So let's actually have a look. There's another two-handed sword. Or, well, that's a gun. I guess you could hit things with it, but it's not going to be a very good sword. There we go. So, actually a crossbow. I thought it was a gun. How about that? But yeah, this is a really nice weapon. For a lightning build. We are playing fire, so not great. And we're also doing one-handed pistols, so again, not great. Let's go ahead and... I guess we have to pick up the quest first, don't we? Actually, not sure if we need the quest. Hang on, where am I? My head's in the wrong spot. Okay, here we go. Now I know where I am. Alright, grab the portal, head down here. Do we have full bags? We don't, so this is actually going to give us another bag. So, search for your Elder, blow up the thing. Sure, no worries. How are we doing for Rover Rep? Still respected, actually, which is pretty low. I'm just going to check for any other honored. I think I got them all before we started. I did, cool. Alright, we don't actually need to go through this mine. I wasn't going to, I was going to skip it, but there's a chance for an arsonist in here, and they may have a shiny new helmet for me. I think it's mostly bees. There we go, beast caller's Cal. Someone really wants a pet build next, I think, based on the loot that's dropping. Most people are Most people who play Grim Dawn seem to fall into one of two camps. You either love pet builds, or you can't stand them and never want to see them ever again. It just seems like almost nobody has like a mild opinion on pets. It's very love-hate from what I've seen. I have to do another pet build at some point. Probably not soon, but you know, at some point. Alright, that's the end of him. And we are now going to be looking for... Let me get out of the fire. Pretty sure that's my fire. We are now going to be looking for these medals. Now, this is the one I already have. Pyromancer's is giving me +2 to Hellfire Mine and +2 to Doombolt. In addition to probably some other stuff there. This is not the one I want. I want the one with +3, I think, to Thermite Mines. And one of the faction items that I was very tempted to buy, there was two of them actually. One of them, hey, there's a new hat. One of them had +2 to Inquisitor's Seal, which I was very tempted to buy. And the other one had +2 to Thermite Mine and I think, what's the second note of Fire Strike? Explosive Strike. I think it was Explosive Strike. I was tempted by that one as well. Unfortunately, I didn't do it. Maybe in the future I'll have so many bits I won't know what to do with them, and I'll just decide to buy something. What do we actually got on this relic? Elemental Bane. I'm kind of tempted to try out Annihilation again. In fact, let's give it a shot. Should be seeing a lot more meteors. That one big one that comes down on its own, I'm pretty sure is the relic. It's probably not a good idea to actually use that. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm remembering why I decided that I wanted the Inquisitor skills, and that hasn't changed. It's still a better idea to have Inquisitor skills, in my opinion. What was on that hat, actually, now that I'm looking at it? The same amount of armor as the old one, so even upgrading to an ultimate hat is not going to give me any extra armor, so I think I'm happy with the one I have. I'll be very surprised if I find interesting choice of places to dodge to. I will be very surprised if I find any hats here that are worth using. Having said that, I'm level 66. Why am I getting level 50 whatever hats? Just seems a little rude, considering how rare they've become. I did a test run of the next character that I'm going to be making up to Homestead, and I wanted to farm a set of the Ascended Pauldrons, or the Ascended Shoulders and Helmet, the green glowy ones from Crunley's guys, but they're just so rare. I had to do 11 or 12 runs of Crunley's gang before I got a single piece of it, which, to me, that's nuts. I think they definitely... I mean, overcompensated is maybe not the correct word, but yeah, I think they overcompensated. Here's Ulraprax, or sorry, Ronaprax. Ulraprax is on the other side. There's that shotgun of hers, which is incredibly dangerous if you're not standing in Inquisitor's Seal. And if you saw what happened to my health, it's even pretty nasty if you are standing in Inquisitor's Seal. Okay, is there a body here somewhere? I don't see one. I think I'm remembering the other beehive that has a like a hidden stash style body. Oh no, here it is. Is it that one? Yeah, there we go. 2 items, one of which is, or both of which are green or better. Okay, and that's a dead end, so let's get out of here. Have I got 3? I've got 5 royal jellies, that'll be heaps. Alright, physique, cunning, spirit. I think I'm just going to hang on to my stat points for now. I'll probably end up doing a respec later anyway. I usually do 1 at the end of level 100. And once I've got the gear together for whatever build I'm going to be using. Let's see, Vengeful Wraith. I don't think I have the recipe for that. That's gonna be Rovers, I think. Let's go see. Put a portal down. I'll probably need to come back. Well, I'll definitely need to come back. Having said that, I need, what, 2 more? 2 more points. So the next one is going to be, there's one in Cronley's Lair, and then there's one in Twin Falls. I don't know, I think I could probably skip that fairly safely. Alright, let's vendor all this rubbish while we're here. I do want to keep that ring for now. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to find anything better than those Mistwalker leggings, so I might stop looking for pads for a little bit. Okay, and I don't think any of the other greens are going to be good. This is a really nice two-handed crossbow. Anyway, yeah, we're playing pistols, so we'll leave that for now. Alright, so, Golgoth the Rampaging. Yep, he can definitely smack us through the Inquisitor Seal, that's for sure. And it also seems like it kind of just doesn't matter. He does stunners, and stun res is not massively amazing, but just doesn't seem to really do anything. Rovers. Where's Old Mate? There's supposed to be 2 merchants here. Alright, well, it seems like I'm probably not going to be able to craft that then. I'll just have a quick look, make sure I didn't buy it in normal, which I definitely may have. I don't think so, though. Turns out I did. How about that? Alright, let's go get us a devotion point. And now I'm wondering if there is a way to just kind of drop 1 point out of one of my constellations, so as I can get the Sapphire of Elemental Balance. These rings are really nice to use for elemental builds. The spiraling proc on them is really cool. Alright, so what could I potentially drop? No. Can I drop one of these? Gives 2 red, 3 green. Nope, I need the red. How about you? 5 purple. What do I have that needs purple? Or is it just that? Okay, I could drop the Empty Throne. Take 4 points out of that. Get the entirety of Rowan's Crown. The problem with this is stun duration, freeze duration, slow resistance. This is a really nice crowd control resistance kind of thing. Having said that, this is also stun duration. So if I just dropped this, just straight up dropped it, plus the 1 point here, I could then take Elemental Storm. I think I'm gonna do it. What other procs do I have? So what's on here? That's Meteor Shower, so that's the Magi. That's Raise the Dead, so that's Revenant. And Fissure Fisher is... Oh, Fisher's the Magi. Eldritch Fire is on main button. Where's the other one coming from? Oh, it's... yeah, of course. Olzon's Torch. I don't know. See, the problem I'm having now is that I don't have enough skills for all the procs that I have. So actually getting Elemental Storm, unless we're dropping the Revenant, kind of doesn't make sense, because I mean, I guess I could put it on Thermite Mines or on Inquisitor's Seal. Oh, here's my
Come see what's left of my
friend
wares.
who will let me buy stuff now.
Put it to good
I don't know,
use.
we'll leave it for now. I'll go collect my last point and I'll play with it later. I'm pretty sure I already came to that conclusion the last time I was running through this in my head. I'll probably completely redo it a couple of times before I finally find one that I like. Alright, so we are killing a bunch of these guys. How much do I want to clear this out just to make sure? I don't think I do. Okay, get rid of the little rat. And Hellion should go down pretty easily as well. I say as he doesn't go down very easily at all. I think I was not quite close enough for the resistance shred from this one, or Essentia. Okay, what do you know? It's another purple two-handed gun. Really a pet two-handed gun. That's interesting. I guess they're looking to do that hybrid thing with two-handed ranged occultist. I'm not sure if I... So the existence of items like that, I guess I don't like them. On the one hand, it's nice to have items like that for people who do want to try and make hybrid builds. On the other hand, hybrid builds are so just impossibly difficult to make them just do similar damage and tankiness as even an unoptimized focus build. So on the one hand, they're nice to have because, you know, options. On the other hand, they do kind of encourage people to make builds that are just going to be bad. So, yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about them. Oh, he's already dead. Lovely. I'm really not sure about that. So hybrid builds absolutely can work. I've seen a really good two-handed lightning water that also takes the Briarthorn, but it's more of a kind of a distraction pet than actually useful. And the other thing is there's not enough points to really focus on it, and so it's kind of not enough for it to be a permanent pet, and it's kind of used as a it's a temporary thing. It only has to live as long as the recast timer on it.
Yeah.
And the person who made the build is is just not expecting it to live forever. They're expecting to resummon it every 16, 20 seconds, however long it is, I can't remember. And it's a cool idea, but you do have to make your build with the knowledge that this pet is going to die every 20 seconds, and I need to kind of compensate for that, if that's the right way of putting it. I'm not sure. Hybrids sound amazing in theory. I love the idea of having, you know, a big two-handed gun, maybe go occultist demo, have the big two-handed gun, use Fire Strike, you know, convert it to Chaos or something, and then have your big Chaos gun stand behind your pets and let them tank, sort of thing. I guess you'd have to have Hellhounds and maybe a couple other pets as well. I don't know, it sounds cool, but I don't think it's practical. Alright, let's go ahead and grab our last devotion point down in the pit here. guess we're gonna shoot all of this. There's a new incendiary cask. Looks like that one's gonna be rubbish as well. Is it a higher level though? Still level 52. Negating of scorching, so it's basically rubbish. I've already got two helmets more than I expected. Although it is ultimate difficulty, so you do get better drops in ultimate than I would have in normal, or than I did in normal. Alright, so that's our last point. I guess we'll chuck it in the ghoul for now. And yeah, we are done for devotions. That is 55 out of 55. And the only reason I need to click on devotion shrines now is for the loot and XP, which I kind of like. It's a nice feeling when you're done. If you think of your devotion tree as kind of a third mastery, it's nice to kind of be max level in your third mastery. Alright, here's Moneybags Martin, who I think, don't quote me on this, but I think he has the medal that I want. Martin's Crest, Apostates of Mending, Icy Thermite Mine, pretty happy about that. Let's see what else we drop on that. Where did it go? Is that it? Of course it's too high level. Okay, so we're getting extra fire damage to Thermite Mine. We're getting more duration on Thermite Mine. Getting plus three skills to Thermite Mine. Also getting Deadly Aim, which is nice. Apparently I'm sitting on 2 skill points for some reason. Thermite Mine is actually maxed out, so I'm thinking maybe Brimstone. In Inquisitor, there's not a huge amount extra that I want. Putting more points into Vigor and Steel Resolve and Word of Renewal. This is a really good line. There's almost nothing bad about it. Could also be tempted to put more into Arcane Empowerment here. That flat elemental and piercing damage is applied to our guns, so that's pretty nice. I think, however, 1 point bar, 1 point Olzwin's Wrath. I want to get this to 10 out of 12, so I think I'm going to do that. More, like, reducing the damage we take from things that get hit by that is quite good. It's one of the things I look for when I'm making a build. I want to have some sort of source of reducing enemies' damage, so like anything with Soldier gets Warcry. There's a bunch of different devotions that'll also do it, there's items that'll do it. There's obviously Olzwin's Wrath that'll do it. Something like Ill Omen as well if you're playing a Necromancer. I'm sure there's other sources that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head, but it's a really good thing to have. It's multiplicative with a whole bunch of other stuff, so really nice stat to have, and more of it is almost always a good thing if you can get it, and if it doesn't cost too much. Okay, so Moneybags is dead. Let's go ahead and do this totem since we're kind of standing here. And you'll notice that there's been exactly 0 of the Ascended stuff dropping. So like Ascended shoulder pads, don't have one, haven't seen one drop. Ascended helmet, don't have one, haven't seen one drop. Alright, let's just throw a few of these around. I think you get 3 sets, so let's just go with 2 for now. And I'm going to turn the loot off, just so I can see what's going on. Okay, the big bad regenerator again fails to be immortal. And I think we're done. So Icicorn Talons, nice gloves that we're not going to use. And looks like I didn't get a gun again. So next one I should get another purple rifle. I've actually been very unlucky in terms of... oh, there's a two-handed ranged. I've actually been very lucky in terms of purple gun drops. I think this is the only one I've had. Normally when I'm playing through the game, I get at least a handful by now. You're dead. Alright, how come he's attacking me? He didn't talk to me this time. I'm going to assume it's because he saw me attack his crystal. But I don't know that for a fact. Okay, when you're fighting Crumley, if you're standing on an Inquisitor's Seal, you don't have to worry about the Aether on the floor underneath you. However, if your Inquisitor's Seal wears off, you will immediately die, because he's going to have stacked up 5 or 6 of those little Aether fires underneath you. And usually, you only get to tank 1 or 2 or maybe 3 before they just start melting your health bar, so do keep an eye out for it. Do keep your Inquisitor Seal active. Alright, Silver Sentinels, Corpse Desecrator, and let's have a look at Crumley's Signet here. Piercing, Fire Cold, and Chaos. Okay, so we've pretty much got the worst roll available for Resistant. That being Fire and Lightning. This could have been Piercing and Poison or something like that. It could have been something useful, but instead we get Fire and Lightning, which is garbage. Silver Sentinels, nothing for us. Okay, let's go ahead and pop this chest. Shroud of Illusion. Less armor. It does have +2 to Aura of Censure. It does have a pile of Aether resistance and some Elemental resistance. Aether damage converted to Elemental is decent. This is actually a little bit tempting just for the Aura of Censure. I don't think I'm going to use it, but it is tempting. It is definitely tempting. Anyway, let's go do Twin Falls. I probably should go turn all this in as well at some point. I'm going to do something really weird, but if I mention what it is that I'm going to do, then it's not weird anymore because mentioning it is the thing that I normally do. Let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of you that'll pick it quite easily. Alright, we made it to Twin Falls. This is actually further than I was expecting to get on this character. When we got to Twin Falls in normal, after that absolutely horrendous start that this character had, I was not expecting this to go even close to this well. So, very surprised, but also kind of happy with how this is going now. So, now that I'm enjoying it, it's probably going to die any day now. Alright, so 10 out of 12. Not because there's any particular breakpoint at 10 out of 12. It's because I wanted 20% reduced target's damage, and that's how many points you need to get that. So, next up, Blast Shield. I probably should have had this for a while now. Blast Shield is the best circuit breaker in the game, or at least the best mastery-based circuit breaker in the game. It is ridiculously good. If you have a look, it has a 4-second duration and an 11-second recharge. It has flat damage absorption. You have a chance to avoid projectiles. You have 3% max all res. This is really, really good. I believe the usual breakpoints for it are 10 points. So I'm just going to put my next 5 level ups into it. Or I guess 4.5. Since we're in the area, we're going to go kill... is it Auraprax? Ronaprax? Whoever lives in this hole. We're going to go kill the Bee Queen. Because the Bee Queen has +1 Inquisitor amulet that I want. My current amulet is quite old. Level 32. Which I believe is the minimum level. So it's definitely time for an upgrade. We'll see kind of what mods I get on it. What does the current one have? A little bit of chaos, a little bit of pierce, some offensive ability. Yeah. Also, Exalted Stash, which everybody loves Exalted Stash. Alright, so here is Auraprax. Auraprax is the one we're here for. And Auraprax is dead. Drop me something nice, please. Impervious is good. Impervious is pierce and poison and acid. Tormented Souls, though. Ugh. Oof. Oof. Tormented Souls is going to be the Vitality and Aether damage. Yeah, that's not great. The +2 to Drain Essence is also that. That's alright. I'll probably come and kill her a few more times in between episodes. I'll find something nice, don't you worry. I'll probably kill her 5 or 6 times and she'll drop something that's serviceable. Alright. So that is the end of her. Actually, you know what? I went into the Colosseum on the Paladin, and it was an absolute walk in the park. So I'm thinking I'll probably give it a shot on this guy. Let's go ahead and give them the bits and send them back to Devil's Crossing. I'm not going to be doing anything silly like trying to do Celestial Totems or anything like that, but I think we can do this no problems at all. And I just kind of feel like doing it. Or maybe there we go. I was gonna say, or maybe I just can't because there's an invisible wall in the way. The game failed to register that I killed the wall, so now I can't get through it. Alright. Tenebrous the Blood Drinker, he's no challenge at all. So the boss in here is kind of scary. Not really, but, you know, a little bit. Should be fine anyway. First thing we need to do though is we need to murder all of these priests. These priests are actually just the worst. Especially when you have one big boss in the middle, which we're about to have. The last thing you want is skeleton priests around because they will just heal it. Alright. That priest is dead. Another one over here. Basically, you're just looking for yellow, glowy things, and they're always priests, so we just want to kill them. And there's another one. Those are another. Oh my god, they're everywhere. Like flies in summer. They're everywhere. That's alright. Just means there's more targets for us to shoot. So if you're wondering what all this red glowy stuff that's on everything is, that's actually the fire resistant shredding proc from Salil's Witchblade. I don't know if anyone was wondering that, but I figured I'd point it out. Alright, Exalted Stash. What do we get? The Final Stop. At least it's not a two-handed rifle again. Okay, I think we have sufficiently... I take it back, we have not sufficiently culled the priest population. There's another one up there. Jeez, they're everywhere. It's alright, we'll get through them, and then I'm going to spawn the boss, and then we're going to kill it. Okay, I think that's all of them. And here is Karnath Chillblood. The Colosseum Amalgamation, or Amalgam, I guess, which means the same thing. And yeah, just like the Paladin, kind of easy. Does obviously have his second form, which definitely hurts more. Yeah, I'm gonna run away from that. I don't really want to be sundered. Nope. Oh, he does the same Spike Nova that Ilgor does. Okay. He does drop a MI shield, which apparently I can't pick up. Let's head back to Devil's Crossing and sell that off. And actually, I've just seen the time. We're not going to have time to do Twin Falls today, unfortunately, so I'm going to do that next time. So I'm going to end the episode here, actually. So I will say thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.